You can't use electronic music gear incorrectly. Freebeat. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat, where I post new music-related content every single day, so if that sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Today's patron shout-out goes to Galactic Tapes. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. So today I want to talk about a comment that I have gotten quite a bit throughout the couple-year history of this channel. And a comment that I've seen on a lot of other people's videos as well. That comment basically is, whenever there's a piece of gear or whatever that someone's using, anytime they have an issue with it, someone might say something like, oh, well, you're using it incorrectly. Also, I would like to say I've had this video in the works for a while. This has nothing to do with the current, what do you want to call it, drama, I guess? If you know what's going on, then you know what's going on. Kind of silly. I now realize it looks kind of suspicious because I have my MPC-1 sitting here, but this is a piece of gear that I have very recently changed my opinion of. Some of you may know that for the past, 6 months or so, my opinion of the MPC workflow and how it relates to me and how I want to make music have been kind of falling. And it's still pretty down there, but a major revelation I have made regarding the MPC-1 is that I absolutely love it as kind of the brain for my live performance setup that I'm working on, which involves playing the drum synth with an actual electronic drum kit and a whole bunch of other stuff. We've got some really cool things in the works that I think you are all going to enjoy, but that's of course not what this video is about, although kind of, because some may argue that by plugging my electronic drum set into the MPC and using the MPC as the source for the drum synth and everything like that, some might argue that in using it for purely live performance, I'm using it incorrectly. And the point of this video is simply to say, no matter how you are using a piece of electronic music gear, you can't use it incorrectly. As in, it's not possible, because as long as you are satisfied with the way that you're using it, you are using it correctly. And I think that's something a lot of people need to realize. Just because someone uses a piece of electronic music gear differently than how you use it or what you think it's for, it doesn't make it incorrect. It just makes it different. And I've said this in so many videos that I've made that are kind of similar to this concept. If there weren't differences between us, the world would be a very, very boring place. So yes, I recognize that I don't really enjoy using the sampler, and I don't really enjoy using, the grid and the actual sequence construction workflow of the MPC. It just doesn't click for me. I realize it is probably tailored a bit more for beat making rather than songwriting, and I don't really like making beats. I like making full songs, which I know the MPC is also very capable of, but I don't really enjoy that workflow. If you do, that's awesome. 2 thumbs up. I am very happy for you. What I am discovering that I enjoy is, mapping the drum synth out to one track and then having a second track that maybe has a backing track on it, a drumless backing track that I can assign to a different drum pad to trigger. Ooh, it's a song, a freebeat song you have not heard before. Interesting. Ooh. That's the only sneak peek you get of that. And then having a bunch of parameters mapped to the Launch Control XL, which I demoed in a previous video. And then maybe having a key step plugged in so I can play live, and then maybe running a bass guitar or an electric guitar into the MPC-1 via USB through my mixer. Maybe I'm starting to describe the next live show. Who knows? That's what I enjoy. And is that using the MPC incorrectly? No. Is it only using, maybe half of what the MPC can do because I'm completely ignoring the sampler, the whole song construction section, sample edit, all that stuff? absolutely. It is only taking advantage of about half of the MPC One's features, but those are the features that appeal to me, and I still feel like I got my money's worth out of the MPC, discovering what it can do in a live setting, especially using the new key range feature. I don't have anything on this project, but the new key range feature is outstanding. Wow. I will be doing a separate video for that in the very near future. So anyway, this video is kind of all over the place, I guess, but I just really wanted to get in front of the microphone and reassure you all there's no way to use a piece of electronic music gear incorrectly as long as you are satisfied with how you are using it. Don't listen to anyone else out there. The electronic music community, as with most communities, can be a pretty harsh place, and you know, you just don't need that. So go ahead and ignore it. Also, I would like to reiterate at this point a topic I have touched on in past videos, but if you do have a piece of gear that you are not quite getting along with, try different case use scenarios for it. Maybe try to use it incorrectly, and you might discover a whole new world that device can unlock for you. I am feeling kind of silly for having my MPC this long and just now hooking the full electronic drum kit up to it. Which I haven't done on camera yet, by the way, and we will be getting into that shortly. You know, there's a whole side of the MPC that was basically untouched by me. And yeah, again, I feel silly for not diving into that. So if you do have a piece of gear that is, you know, collecting dust, find a new use for it. Keep trying with it before you sell it. I know it's so easy to, you know, gasp for another piece of gear and be like, oh, well, if I sell this old piece of gear I don't really use, I can get the new one. And sometimes that is the right thing to do. You know, sometimes that is the proper solution to whatever issue you're having. But other times it's worth it to keep the old piece of gear and try to fit it into a new area of your setup, or who knows, maybe try a completely new method of music creation or live playing or production or whatever it is that you want to do. Take that piece of gear in a different direction, and it might open up new possibilities for you. But just remember, if you do discover new possibilities that you didn't know were there, and you share those online and someone tells you that's not the proper way to use that piece of gear, ignore it, because you're down with it, which is all that matters. If you've made it this far in the video, I just want to say a huge thank you. Let me reward you by just putting the first little hint out there that something big is coming to the channel by the end of the year. Something very big, something I have never done before, something I've never even attempted before, something I've wanted to do for a while but didn't really have the means to do so. But now everything I need to make it happen has lined up, and I'm going for it. So that's all I'm going to say right now. Something big is coming to the channel by the end of the year, and I really hope you're all looking forward to it. So start to get excited, because I sure as hell am. I cannot wait to show you what I've got in the works here at Freebeat. I do hope you found this video informative, or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.